Hi everyone, this is going to be a quick video on how to create your first edit in Wevideo. So in the last video, we kind of went over the dashboard and kind of a big overview of Wevideo. Now I want to dive into how to actually create a video in Wevideo. I just want to go do a quick overview. So you're going to see the hamburger right over here. That's going to have some main drop-down menu items that you can look at. You're also going to notice it says My Video. The first thing that I recommend you do or your students do when you go ahead and create that first edit is click on My Video and go ahead and change the name. So I'll just put Wevideo tutorial. And the reason why you want to do that is once you have all those things organized, it's really easy to find that video right away based on the title. Now you're going to see the finish button. This is where you're going to go once you've edited your complete video and you're ready to publish it and either share it out, put it on a YouTube, or share it in Drive. So that's where you're going to go for that when you're all finished. And then you also have your linked resources. This first little tab right here is my favorite tab in Wevideo. This is the curated resources, and it's fantastic because there's thousands and thousands of curated copyright safe resources that you can use, and you have the touch at the tip of your fingers. So this is where you're going to grab some information. You don't actually have to go outside to Google and Google Images. You can actually use these curated resources, and you would go ahead and just use this search area to search any topic that you're interested in creating a video on. So if you're looking at, I'm going to say the ocean, you might have, maybe you could do underwater. So there's tons of different curated resources here, which are absolutely fantastic for you and your students to use. I also want to show when you go ahead and search, you can search all. Sometimes people want just a solid image with no movement. So you can actually just search solid images without any movement or any video. If you want to do videos or just audio based on ocean, you can do that as well, or you can search all. You also can tailor your search based on this icon as well. All right. Also, you can favorite. So if it's something that you are a topic that you're using often, you can go ahead and add that to your favorites to access it all the time. You're also going to have this icon right here. This is going to be all of your media that you upload to use in your videos. So our first icon is import media. If you would like to import media from your Drive or any of these items from your computer, you'd go ahead and go browse to select. And then I'm on a Chromebook right now. It might look a little bit different on your PC, but you can actually go into your Google Drive from here, or I can go straight to my downloads and go ahead and upload an image or whatever you've downloaded in those areas right here to your media to be able to take and pull down into your video. Okay, so this is going to be any media that you want to upload or also that you want to create. So this icon right here would be if your students or you would like to do a screen record like I'm doing right now. I'm using Screencastify for my screen record, but Wevideo has a screencast tool built in it, and all you would do is click on that, press continue, and then it's going to have you go ahead and record your screen. And that's also going to pop up over here in your media. You can also access your webcam and create a video. So if you want your students to act something out or speak to the camera to put in their video, they would access their webcam from here. Once they record it, it's going to pop up right here. And that's this example right here. So this is me. Oh, wonderful picture. This is me using my webcam. We also have a voiceover. So if you have images going in your video and you want your students, let's say that they're creating let's say they created an argumentative essay on should there be zoos or should there not be zoos. And they wrote an argumentative essay, and then they want to create a visual representation of that with Wevideo. What you could do is actually they could pick the images that go along with their actual essay, and then they could come here and voice record over those images with their script that they've created or their argumentative essay that they created. So once you just click on this red button, you go ahead and speak. Then if you like it, you would press this X button right here, and then it would go ahead and create another track right down here. It wouldn't be the audio track. Let me get rid of that really quick. It would actually be the voiceover track a little bit farther down here. And I'm going to show you that in a little bit. All right. We also have shared media. So if you were actually doing a shared project, this is where you would find that shared media, or your students would find that. And then also if you created a project for your students, they could find project media in here as well. Okay. We also have our titles right here, and I'm going to show you how to use that in a little bit. We have any sort of audio that you would like to use. So you can see some examples. Awesome. We have sound effects, lots of different sound effects, and then premium music. We also have transitions, which I highly recommend that you have your students put transitions in between each piece of media. And then last, we have graphics that you can go ahead and use. So we have different backgrounds, solid backgrounds. You can have overlays as well as frames. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to those curated resources. And I kind of want to go over this section with you right here. These are called your tracks. And you see this plus sign right here. This would be you'd be able to add another track. If you want to do another layer over something, you could add that to it. And that's when you get a little bit more professional or advanced, I should say. You would go ahead and add in several more tracks to do different layers to create the effect that you're looking for. So I want you to think of video 1 as your main stream, or your main media. Video 2 is going to be anything that's going to lay on top of your main media. And I'm going to show you that a little bit. And then you also have your audio layer, okay? And then if you do a voiceover like I showed you, it would pop up down under here. We don't have one right now, but it would pop up down here and you would be able to see that voiceover recording down here. Okay, so let's start with our first video. Obviously, you always want to go ahead and do a title. So I'm going to go ahead and choose the title icon. And I'm going to look through, I can click on each text and see what I would like for a title. I also want you to notice that in this one, there's 3 lines. So in each type of text, there's a specific number of lines, and just know that you have to fill in text in all of those lines to make it work. So I always use this one as my title. It's preference. It has 2 lines. It's really easy to fill out. I'm going to go ahead and click on that. I'm going to pull that down to video 1 because that's my main track. And you can see that it turned nice and green. That means it's happy where it is. And I'm going to go ahead and drop it down. And you want to make sure that when you first put your first piece of media, it's all the way to this starting line right here. Now, whenever you want to interact with a piece of media, you have to click on it, turn it orange, and then you're going to go ahead and see this hamburger icon pop up. You don't have to click on it. You just put you'll hover your cursor over it, and then you have some options to choose from. If you made a mistake, you can obviously delete it from here. This has different filters you can use. It's a little bit more advanced. This is like a fade in and out if you don't want to use the transitions, a little more advanced. And then this is the open editor clip that you're definitely going to use a little bit more often. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that. And it's going to bring me to this page where I can actually change the text. Okay, so it's a horrible title, but for now, I'm just going to say, should there be zoos, right? And then I would like to say, by Lanny Gauntlet. Now, I don't like how my name is bigger than the title, so I'm going to come down here and press Manual. Go ahead and downsize my text to a size that I like. You can actually just get rid of that and type it in if you like to. A little tedious just kind of doing the down arrow, but I'm going to do it. All right, so now I made my text a little bit smaller, or my title a little bit smaller than my name a little bit smaller than my title. We also have the color palette here. You could change colors if you like. You can also change the type of the text that you want. So there's a lot of ways to get creative in this. So once you're happy with it, you're going to go ahead and press Save Changes. Now you have your title. I'm going to go ahead and start adding my images in here. And before I do that, I need to go ahead and add a transition. So I'm going to click on my transitions. My favorite one is the fade. And the reason I like it is it's very subtle. You don't want your transitions to be what really sticks out. So unless that's what you want. For me, I like it to be an afterthought and just really nicely fade from one image to the next. So I'm going to go ahead and pull that down. And you're going to notice that it's red, as you see right there. That means it's not going to allow you to put it there. You need to move it over until it actually turns green. So green means go, and you can go ahead and drop that down. All right, so now I have my nice fade in and out, and I'm going to play that for you to show you what that looks like. And it fades away. Now I'm going to go back to my curated resources, and I'm going to find an image that I like for my argumentative essay, Should There Be Zoos? And I really like this monkey. Oh, I have a demo coming up. I'm going to go ahead and take him. You can see right away that this is a 17-second long video. So thinking, if you want to think, do I want the whole 17 seconds? Do I not? I personally don't think I want to, so I know I'm going to be shortening this video. So what I'm going to do is pull this down next to my transition, drop it in. And I know that 17 seconds is going to be a little bit long, so I'm going to go ahead and shorten that a little bit. So again, the way I did that, I have to click on the media that I want to change, have it have an outline of orange, then go ahead and use my cursor to scroll back and forth. Okay, so I'm going to say about 10 seconds is as long as I want. Now, I want some text to lay over the top of this monkey. I'm going to go ahead and put my thesis statement to really hook my audience of why I think there should or should not be zoos. So I can see that my media here is outlined in orange. I'm coming up here to my hamburger. I'll go, oh, I'm so silly. No, that's not what I want. I want to go get my text. So I'm going to head up here to grab my text. And I'm going to look for some text that has more lines in it, a little bit more text. Let's see what that looks like. So if I notice that that's kind of right in the middle of my image, you can move them around, but I think I'm going to go ahead and go with this type of text. I like the way it looks. I'm going to grab it, pull it down, and I'm going to put it in video 2 because I want it to lay over the top of my monkey. Now, I also don't want it to start right when my monkey comes in the picture. So I'm going to move it over a little bit. And then I'm going to have it play as long as we see the monkey image. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and go to the beginning and show you how that looks. All right, we have my title, then we have the transitioning into the monkey, and then now we should see that text coming in. Now, do you see how the monkey's face is covered by the text? I don't really like that. I would really like the monkey's face to be over here. So I'm going to show you really quickly on how you can do that. You're going to come down to your actual media, the monkey media, because that's what I want to switch. I'm going to go to my hamburger icon, go up to my edit tool, and I want him to flip around. Boom. So there he goes. And I think I'm going to keep everything the same. You can also scale it up and down, however you like. And there's different transition things that you can do as well up here. But for right now, I just want to go ahead and flip him around. I'm going to save those changes. So now I'm going to move my playhead back. When my text is on top of my monkey image, you're going to see that his head is not going to be covered. So there's my monkey, and he's actually going to turn the opposite direction, and I would have my text there. Now, so let's just say I wanted this to be my thesis, and I would have to change it into my thesis statement. I'd have to click on that text, go up to the editor, go up to my pencil, and then since it's in this transform area, I want to come back to my properties area, and then I would go ahead and fill in my text, and I would have to make sure I'd fill in each one of these lines with text in order to get rid of the default text, okay? So just remember, when your students choose something with several different lines, you're going to see those lines here in these white rectangular boxes, and they have to break up their sentences or text to fit in within each one of these lines. All right. So I'm not going to put text in there because I'm just kind of quickly showing you how you can interact and change these different things. So I'm going to save changes. So the next thing I'd want to do is, obviously I need a transition to my next my next image. I'm going to go up here to transition, get my crossfade, bring it down. It's green, let it go. Now I notice, let me move my playhead. Do you notice how my words are a little bit longer now than my monkey? So I'm going to go ahead and make this a little bit shorter so it lines up, just because I think it's going to look a little bit nicer. Now I'll go back to my curated resources and find my next image about a zoo. Maybe I really like this because I want to talk about how, people enjoy going to zoos, things like that. I'm going to go ahead and bring that down, line it up right next to my transition. And then at this time, if I didn't want to have text, or let's say I didn't want text at all and I just wanted to do a voiceover, what I would do now is I would set my playhead where I would like my voiceover to pop up. If you're going back and forth between text and voiceover, if you wanted it all voiceover, you would put your playhead where you want the voice to pop up. Okay. So I'm going to have it pop up right here. I'm going to come up to my media tab because I want to create media, and I'm going to come over here to my voice recorder. Now, the way that you would record your voice is you would click on this red icon. I'm also going to click on preview while recording so I can see the image while I'm talking, make sure what I'm saying is corresponding to the image, and I'm going to go ahead and play. Many people really enjoy seeing all of the animals up close and in person. I'm going to go ahead and stop. I can go ahead and replay it. I can change the volume of it right here if I like. Once I'm satisfied with it, I'm going to come here to done, click done. Takes a second, and you're going to see if I scroll down, I now have my voiceover right here. You can see it pop up. So I'm going to go ahead and move the playhead a little bit so you can see how that works out. So we have our text, we're transitioning into our next image, and now you should hear my voice pop in. Many people really enjoy seeing all of the animals up close and in person. Okay, so that's an example. And then you would continue to go on putting in your transitions after each piece of media, overlay your text or your voiceover until you've created a video that's complete and that you think is finished. And once you do that, you would come up here and finish. One last thing that I would like to show you is green screen. If you're interested in having your students do green screen, what you would do is you would first find the image that you want in the background. So let's say I wanted to pop up right here and start talking about zoos. I really like this background. I'm first obviously going to get my transition because that's important whenever I go from one image to the next. I want to pull that transition down. And then I'm going to come to that image that I really like and that I want to be standing in front of and talking. And let's see, I can't make this any longer. That's as long as it is at 7 seconds, which I'm going to make it, yeah, I think 7 seconds is pretty good. Now, let's pretend that I recorded, I videotaped myself using my webcam in front of a green screen. I have not done that. But what you are going to see is I have lovely Sheila right here. She's our science TOSA. She is doing something in front of a green screen. I'm going to pull her down. Let's see if I can find a better one, actually. I don't know if she's going to want me to use that. Let's use the kids. We'll use them. They're so cute. So let's say the kids are going to pop up. I would take that media that I recorded and upload it to here. I would pull it down. Obviously, I'm going to shorten it because we want it to be the same length. Now, the green screen goes in video 2 because you're layering the kids over the top of this background. So in order to have the background show through, you need to click on the green screen, go up to the icon, go up to your pencil. Then you're going to click on this icon right here. It's called color keying. Click on that, click on the dropper just once, come over here, you'll see the dropper pop up. And what the dropper is saying is anything that I touch with this dropper is the color that I want to disappear. So I'm going to go ahead and drop on that green and boom, that whole green disappears. And now I can see these lovely kids in front of this image that I want. And maybe they're talking about why we should have zoos. Okay. Once I'm satisfied with that, I can go ahead and save changes. Something other teachers have asked me is they're in the wrong place. I really want to move them around. So you can come up here to that transform area. You can flip them around as well. You can make them smaller if you like. You can scale them, make them bigger or smaller as well. And then also you could move them around. So let's say you could see more of their body. Obviously, this would make them floating. You wouldn't want them up there. But you can move actually the kids around based on where you want them in the image, which is kind of nice. So once you're satisfied with this edit, you go ahead and go to Save Changes, and voila, you're done. Let's see what they're saying. I bet it's something about a school site. Of the animals up close and in person.
Good morning, red-tailed hawks. I am Travis, your school president. And I'm Gabriella, your school...
So you can get the picture. Obviously, they're not talking about the topic that I was using in this example, but I think you get the picture. So that is just a really quick overview of creating your first edit in Wevideo. Again, if you ever have any questions or need support or help with this in your classroom, you're more than welcome to reach out to me. This is the kind of stuff that I love doing, and I'd love to support you in creating videos in your classroom. All right, everyone, thank you so much and have a great day, and I look forward to seeing the great creations that you create. Bye.